That's right, chat. We're here. We're here everywhere, all at once. And yeah, we've got another classic show for you. I guess the only thing that I can say is like, obviously the title and thumbnail is so weird because this is Yareli with Grimoire, but I'm using Grimoire with Enervate. So I was like, you know, initially I was doing the thing and I was like, yeah, that's what I have. I don't know what it is. Grimoire can kind of sit there at the bottom for a while, but I'm not saying it's the worst weapon in the world. People mostly only use it as a utility weapon. Like I think if you asked 10 people who played Warframe, 8 of them would be like, yeah, I just, you know, I'll put up a couple invocation mods on there and that's it. I actually don't have the invocation where it strips armor. But that one is just like for your whole squad. What is it like? What is it? Within affinity range. Yeah, so it's like you sacrifice a little, what is it? 30% fire rate? Yeah. Because this is goated. Affinity range is goated. Is Bubonico good? Would it be better than Bratton, Prime, and Karnan? Oh, that's so weird that you say that, Toastbusters. I just recently put together a tier list that I'm saving, and I'm thinking we're going to do them on Mondays. So maybe that'll be up in the future. But I would say, like, because the Bubonico has infinite ammo, it would be maybe weird is the wrong word, maybe worse is the wrong word, but I do think like because the Bratton has the whole trade-off of you have to get headshots and charge it, I think the Incarnans have free reign to be a little bit criminal. So I think in my list I have Bratton above Bubonico, but what I will say for you is that both of them are in the same tier. So they're both in the S tier list, right? So they're both insanely good for different reasons. But like the fact that Bubonico has you know, like a crit based shotgun that favors slash as a normal fire, and then also the AoE, which is super OP. Like as long as, well, Yareli got a buff. No, it's just Yareli's crit chance buff. That's it, chat. Grimoire, unfortunately, this is Yareli is giving a crit chance buff to a weapon that I use Enervate on. I guess this is like the only thing. So it's so what it's doing is it's increasing the low end of your crit chance, and then you'll still have the same kind of high end for Enervate, because obviously Enervate will cap out pretty soon. I have a question. I'm MR10 and I finished all the main quest post 999. What should I focus on now? I think you should focus on finishing out the star chart, going for arbitrations, and you know, practicing with your builds. Like, so, you know, working on a couple different builds. Shout out Toastbusters for dropping some likes. But like, yeah, I think arbitrations and then eventually steel path. So you'll have to like complete every node on the star chart, and then you can do arbitrations and steel path. Arbitrations will offer you galvanized mods for your whole loadout. They'll also offer you adaptation and rolling guard, which are, you know, some survivability mods. I don't actually use adaptation as much as I did before, but adaptation is a pretty useful, you know, anything that's a fucking mosquito and shoots you a whole bunch, like, you'll be invincible towards it. You get 90% damage reduction. I use it a lot on frames that have a lot of armor, so like you'll have the damage reduction to health from the armor, and then you'll also have the adaptation on top of that. So healing is, yeah, adaptation in Nova goes so well to it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. So that's the important secret, is like adaptation works very well alongside existing survivability. Like, already having damage reduction makes adaptation a lot better, because it means that when you have that adaptation buff, then you'll be maxing stuff out. So like you'll get essentially a double dip in terms of survivability towards it. Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff that you'll be farming for, like the push after all the main quests and stuff, where you can now complete all the nodes. Like, once you can start doing that and worrying about arbitrations, your builds will change a lot. Like, that's when I think a lot of people will lean into, you know, their strongest setups, and they'll kind of prioritize specific builds. So I think that's it's an important kind of testing ground, I guess you would call it. Anyway, so this is Interesting setup. So it's kind of similar. It's actually just using Marilina for the 90% DR, and then it's got a little bit of shield regen. I just use Aegis more now. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, the amount of survivability that Aegis gives you, it's essentially like 12 seconds of being immune to almost anything. Like, you really have to stand still. You really have to ask for damage if you want to, like, out deal the Arcane Aegis buff. Like, it's pretty good. So I absolutely say that I have been using this more and more, and I appreciate the power. 3% is always a thing, so I mean, you'll see it. I will also say I have Avenger in here too, so you know, Grimoire is going to be at what it, you know, so their Yareli buff is 200% crit chance, and you know, if it's calculated the way I think it is, then that would be like the same thing as critical delay, so it's going to put you at 60% crit chance. Arcane Avenger is going to put you at 105% crit chance because it's just going to add 45 to whatever your number is, and then Enervate is going to give you like maybe it's going to reset like so fast because it's only going to ever get like 6 orange crits. Like, so, oh my god. Anyway, this is max range, so Yareli does have a 40-meter pull ability that it doesn't pull for the entire duration, but what is it, a 10-second or I have no duration mods. I could care less. But yeah, the other build is also just spamming sea snares and keeping breach surge active, because you will still create surge sparks. So like just giving you 200% damage vulnerability is crazy. Like the bubbles, I have no strength. I have 110% strength. Just, I'm like blown away, man. We love the bubbles. You could get that to some absurd. Yeah, you could honestly, yeah, you could like trash this 4th ability. The 3rd is pretty good too, because I subsumed it because I was just like, when I would pull them into the bubble, then I was just never near them. But yeah, you could totally just get rid of this, put in Breach Surge, do the same build, and then just put a shit ton of power strength and just spam bubbles all the time. You know, for some reason my Yareli gets overshield when using skills. Might as well use the arcane with while overshields are active. Oh, interesting. Dude. Which arcane is that? Oh, is that the are you talking about the pistol one? Am I thinking of the right one? I have too many. Is this, oh yeah, while overshield's active? I just have a max rank. I've never worried about it. Oh my god. That's not a bad take. Not a bad take. I like it. Yeah, I mean, dude. Actually, that's not a... Just for this moment, I will say, I want to test. There have been moments, if you played the Compressa chat, if you played the Compressa, I want to see how it does, but it is kind of a meme at this point. But hey, I mean, it's not a, I mean, I don't think I'll, here's the thing. I don't think I'll always have overshields, but that is awesome. But no, I think that's down the right rabbit hole where, like, yeah, for this specific setup, then it's like, hey, no, I appreciate it. But yeah, I gotta say, like, I feel like this weapon has always been something that I want to make work as like an offensive weapon. I don't think it's like, you know, I think most people are probably just gonna run around spamming it as a you know, a support weapon or like a utility or whatever you want to call it. But I don't know, there was just something about it, and I realized how easily you can keep the orbs active. I was like, oh my god, compress it does work. Got a limited fulmination and it's broken. Yeah, Compressa, dude. When I did the secondary Enervate video, I was like, you know, I talked about like how high I could get the number. So, no, that was a great moment where I recorded. Yeah, it was like the shortest amount of footage I ever had to record. And yeah, it was showed it off perfectly. I was like, wow, that really does do things. And I was like, there's the number I got. So if you want to try it, it's fun. But you know, I think we're all set up. I think we've covered it. I do like shooting faster because you do just straight up have infinite ammo. There's no reloading. There's no battery. You just shoot forever. So it's like, any type of fire rate buff is good, but obviously, it's not the craziest thing. It is an orb as well. You shoot a little thingy, it's not just like a tiny little bullet. So I appreciate that as well. So you'll see it. I will get 6 orange crits and then it'll reset again. So I want to see how this works with the orb, but I have a feeling I know how. So we'll see what the highest number we get is, but it is nice. It does just mean that the Grimoire is just always buff. It's not the worst thing in the world. I was like, in the end, I have Avenger. I'm like, you get a little used to it. You're like, oh, fuck, man. That's the thing. That's why I don't use what's it called? Fenmore. That's why I don't use it very much. I've been trying to solo Elite Archimedes with Excalibur Umbra. Except the frame, I really want to concoct a build and I'm struggling. Dude, I cannot relate, bro. Soloing Elite Archimedes, and especially with the taking all the handicaps but the frame, dude. The only thing I ever do is I'm like, oh, you're gonna dictate what frame I have to use. So unfortunately, man, I have no words for you. That's the struggle, especially if it's a mirror defense. I'll tell you the secret of the mirror defense. If you summon one of those time reduction mechs, if you summon it like right at the end of the round, it'll just die when the swap time happens. So you can just reduce the timer, bro. No, unfortunately, I don't know what to tell you, man. That Elite Archimedes stuff, especially with all the modifiers, like you'd have to have a build that didn't involve shield gating if you're using it, because one of the modifiers can be a shield, regen reduction. You've got to have a build. You've got to have, well, I guess it's just the weapons at that point. Like you have to just get good rolls on the weapons, but I don't know, man. Part of why I do Elite Archimedes is like, honestly, I just do it on Sunday now because you get in a squad instantly. They're all pretty decent. Maybe you get an awful squad and you have to revive them a million times, but they're the ones getting the stuff reduction. Anyway, I'll talk about the melee weapon right now, but I'm 12 minutes in, so not terrible. This is going to be my saving grace. This is just bonk fluence. I'm just going to run around heavy slamming forever. It's got innate electricity, so that's simple choice right there. Getting a little bit more electricity stats, so you're just trying to make it easier to proc influence built in. But yeah, fuck. And with Excalibur too, I think wait for melee influence, bro. That's what I gotta say. Like, honestly, man, I think Excalibur as he is, I could never see myself soloing Elite Archimedes anyway, but bro, that's especially with you could get a transference reduction, because that means you have to take all of them. So if you can't swap the transference, so there's so many variables that you'd have to account. I'm like, bro, I cannot do it. Yeah. Your name is Indian and you're not Indian? What did you... Your name is Indian and you're not... Am I too white passing for you? I mean, I'm half Indian. I mean, I don't think you're... I don't think you would be saying that. Am I too white passing? Am I too America pilled? What's the best nuke frame for Steel Path? Least setup needed? Fuck, man. Honestly, no, I couldn't say that. I don't know, man. Nuke frame? I mean, you could go Equinox. My Equinox setup is just all survivability. That's it. Yeah, my Equinox is just all survivability. Yeah, no, I wasn't born in India. No. I was born in Seattle, chat. Does it show? Yeah, who would I say is a good nuke frame? Oh, that's an interesting question. Honestly, can you count Mesa and shit like that as a nuke frame? I don't think so. I do like the Sevagoth nuke. Sevagoth nuke is just both of the augments. You just have the 1 and the 2 augment, and you're just constantly casting them. It's kind of brainless. It's a little bit lazy. Zaku is a pretty easy nuke. You just kind of have to get as much range as you can. Is there a good Steel Path build for Bratton Prime? Yeah. Here, I'll show off Stradavar Prime, and then I'll show you Bratton Prime. But Stradavar Prime is not a weapon that I would tell you to use. This is heat ammo maximum crit damage. This is just heat and crit damage. That's a 9.9 crit multiplier, but this is just a full auto with blast damage. And I am using prime cryo round so that I'm just getting more damage for the bullet. It's not a crazy amount of damage. It is also primary crux because it's only 40% status. Saren nuke build. Saren is also very easy nuke as well. Yeah, that's a great answer. Saren's like the OG, bro. It's so easy to use too. Toxic Lash is also very strong for Saren, so you can like maximize with your weapons and stuff. But yeah, Stradavar shows up in the randomizer. I decided it was good enough a long time ago, and I've been stuck using it ever since. So, you know, I'm not telling you. You can watch me, but I'm getting a buff to my pistol, and I have a slam fluence weapon, so that's kind of all I'm spamming. Netrocells are so fun. Yep. Go on Overframe. Bratton isn't the best pick for Steel Path. Honestly, chat, I've been playing the Bratton and Karnan. The more I play it, I gotta say, here, I'll show you the Bratton and Karnan. First one kind of sucks with channel ability, base damage. I don't think I'll have channel abilities active for the most part. If I do, great. I get damage. This one does suck though. This makes the Incarnin, you just burn through ammo like way too quick. I couldn't do it, so I had to get rid of that one. I don't know if the Incarnin has whatchamacall. I don't know if it has recoil or anything. I've seen Excalibur, but the builds don't focus on Exalted Blade. I'd like to at least make a build for level cap that focuses on Exalted Blade. Yeah, I think you should wait till the arcane changes and stuff. Like, I think from what I've been seeing, I'm like, yeah, our builds are going to exist as they are, and then there will just come a point where you're like, oh, okay, this is the new, this is what we're running now. Anyway, this is the last one, is pretty simple. Just crit chance and crit damage, that's it. You could take status chance, I'm not. So this is just, oh, hang on one sec. What do I have in the Riven? Oh, this is heat damage. Oh, okay. So this is just buffing. So this is crit chance heat damage. This is a pretty fucking, this is ancient Riven. I don't know how old this Riven is. 4 stars on the Riven disposition. So that's skewing some stats. You would just replace that with, oh yeah, there you go. It's only 144 crit chance this way, but I'm telling you, man, it's only a 3 meter AoE, but it's more that like the bullets are just like, it shoots a little bit slower and they do a little bit more damage. So it's like definitely different vibes than the burst in. I have a singing feeling that DE will arbitrarily make Exalted Blade unable to fully utilize the arcanes. Bro, I don't know why people do this. I don't get this. Like, I feel like, I don't know, like every time there's a new change, people like always assume the worst. And I'm like, yeah, they're gonna fucking ruin. Like the meme on that one stream was like, somebody was like, what did they say? Atlas's punch has 5% base crit chance and 5% base stat. I'm like, bro, I think Pablo has like played the game long enough that he's like, yeah, if arcanes are gonna work, then they'll have to like figure something out. I'm sure they'll talk about it. I don't know what they'll do about it, but I'm like, I don't know where this comes from. It's like this. It's like you're like, I know it. I know they're gonna ruin the game. I know they're gonna fuck it up for all of us, and we're all gonna hate it so much. I'm like, where does this come from, guys? Like, what the hell? Like, have a little faith. I've played this game long enough to know that, like, yeah, when there's a lot of backlash, yeah, don't worry about it. Like, I'm sure they're gonna be testing it and stuff like that. And I'm telling you, man, I'll say it again. I'm gonna predict it. You're gonna get a lot of comments in the forums. You're gonna get a lot of people in the forums for at least a couple updates. You know, they're gonna have to do some hot fixes and changes probably. So I'm like, chat, I know where the sentiment comes from. I also miss Ahmad followed, so apologies. Found out pets and some summon can proc arcane fort. Oh my god. To maximize it, any idea? Probably Panzer. Most people would probably say Panzer. I think that's the main DPS pet. I don't know, man. Like my pet is like all buffs and then he dies and I don't have the buffs and I get kind of sad. Anyway, I showed the builds. There's a Bratton and Karnan build. That's a crazy, I don't know how old that Riven is. It might be one of my maybe like first 30 or 40 Rivens. I don't know. Woof. Nah, I try it. Shout out Daddy Taco for dropping in. Appreciate it. Drop in some likes as well. One day the TikTok monitor will work properly, but who knows, chat. We'll see when that day comes, but yeah, we're ready to go. We need to swap back to your boy way down here, Stradavar. I think we're ready. I think it's 90% Grimoire, and that's my hope, at least. I shouldn't say I think. It's like, that's my goal. I mean, I have the buffs. I'll see how good the stuff is. A 135 conjunction or an Entrati survival. You got to take the Entrati survival, man. Yeah, we've got enough wiggle room on the void traces. I got to scroll and I got to scroll. Okay. And I'll have to do this on the last round, and I hope I do it in time. 8 times damage to Overguard, yeah. But I will say Inaro, Sandcat, and Companions do get the 8 times damage. Oh my god. That's oh my god, really? That's kind of interesting.
Must be practiced to truly
do you get the Overguard buff? Oh my, wait a minute. Pseudos are simply going to get worse unless they also rework the stats. But yeah, that's what I mean. No, yeah, no shit. They said, I said the meme already. I was like, yeah. Somebody was like, Atlas's punch has 5% base crit chance, and I was like, yep, there you go. That was what I was expecting them to say. Like, I know, yeah. I have a feeling they're gonna change it. I'm not I'm a wizard. I'm gonna predict the future, chat. They're gonna change the stats. Wait, really? You think they're gonna change the? No, they're gonna leave the weapon in just like a horrible, just unusable state. It's like I wonder if Pablo does level cap. Do you think Pablo does level cap Void Cascade? Do you wonder? Like, does anyone on the team do that kind of stuff? Like where they're like, okay, you know, I'm primarily have a primer and then I can use the weapon how I want, and I'm like, dude, I feel like you need to kind of have those people, because they're going to tell you, yeah, they're going to be like, yeah, okay, so, you know, you have, you know, what was the meme? Magistar Incarnin with Magus Aggress. That was the primary one. That I know that people use Ceramic Dagger, but that's mostly what I saw was like, yeah, you know, somebody was like, oh, but you don't get the Magistar Incarnin bonus, and you don't get the Riven bonus either. And I was like, yeah, that was what I was expecting people to say. They were always going to get nerfed because you're not getting Incarnins and you're not getting the Riven buff. So that, I mean, that's kind of, I'm like, okay, well, you'll have to wait and see. And like I said before, I'm gonna make another crazy prediction. Everyone's gonna be in the forums for a long time. Everyone's gonna be. I mean, feedback that's what it's there for. Like, I'm sure whatever setup it's gonna be it's gonna be worse than, you know, like I said, the maxed out, you know, straight up damage cap setup. You know, there was I'll just tell the story. Yeah, there was a dude in one of our survivals. He was a you know, member of the TikTok chat, but his name was Evan, and yeah, he was just like damage capping with Korra's Whipclaw, and I was like, yeah, if that's the high end, is just like, yeah, damage capping with like a, I don't know how big the radius is. It's a pretty big area, but yeah, just like map wipe, damage cap. Like, I'm like, I mean, yeah, is it gonna get nerfed? Question mark. Do you think it's gonna get nerfed? It's like, yeah, I think the high end is definitely gonna get brought down. But I would assume it's mostly so that the low end can get brought up as well. So, or at least so that it's, you know, it's not necessarily reliant anymore on Magus Aggress and, you know, all the, you know, the Incarnate buff and all that stuff. Like, I think that's primarily where, you know, the most OP stuff is happening. So it's like, it's essentially, you know, they're normalizing the curve so that more people can take advantage of it. And then, yes, unfortunately, chat, you hate to say it, you hate to be that guy. Have you tried Excalibur level cap with no, I don't do level cap, dude. Unfortunately, there's a reason that I use like a bunch of weird random gear, because I'm like, I don't have the time or the patience or the willingness to do. I know that most people would say, or I think Cascade, like an Omnia Cascade, would be like I would say it's the hardest. Like, from my experience, I have way more stress with a Cascade than like basically any other mission, especially solo. Like, there just hits a point where you're like, this is just such a pain in the ass. Also, keep the orb active. You got to do maximum orb gaming. If you're gonna play Grimoire, you got to keep the orb active 24/7, man. Yeah, that's fair. I only play one frame pretty much because the game is so time consuming as it is. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I found way more value at, like, being put in a bad position because I have, like, a weird setup versus anything else. That not only is it, like, incentivizing me to use all these strange weapons that maybe aren't, like, the most OP, but, you know, it's giving me, I mean, I'll always say it's my gimmick, right? You know, I try to be a little bit real about it. Like, you know, it's this weird thing where I'm like, you know, it'll always allow me to play the game forever and always have a good time with it. And yeah, if a weapon is good enough, then I'm using it in the randomizer. And, you know, if it's a pistol, then I have to use it for like 40 hours. I have to, like, keep it equipped. And essentially, yeah, are you going to keep a pistol equipped and not shoot it? Yeah, that's kind of against the rules. So, you know, if you have you got to have the weapon equipped to be able to shoot it, and so you got to be shooting it to rank it up. So that means that, like, any pistol that I'm using, like, that's the one that I always call back to because it's such a low percentage. Like, the total number of pistols that I use is so low that, like, I'm like way more strict, and they're all so weird, dude. Especially secondary encumber now. It's so fucking, like, the secondary encumber galvanized shot build is just so strange, man. What I gotta say, it's like a staple of my whole setup now. It's like, I don't know how to describe it, man. Like, you know, there's like multiple variants of it. I don't know. It spans the whole spectrum. You know, I did put Latum high on the list. I did say, like, okay, for the broad audience, you're not, like, I tried to use a setup, you know, one of the final upgrades, it's like, you know, you need to have a shot that is neither a crit or a status. And so I was like, okay, I'm still fine. Like, even with Avenger, I don't think I'm struggling too much. So it's just like, you just don't want to use it on like a double crit buff, and then you'll be fine. But, you know, there's always ins and outs. But I felt like, yeah, I can still at this point kind of name the list pretty easily. You know, I was okay. So, you know, primaries is 20 weapons, but secondaries is only 15 for each list, because, you know, there's only what, 36, 35, maybe 40 in total. So it's not a huge margin. And I don't know, like I said, it's something that, I don't know, I have more fun with them. I want them to be weird. Like, I have a lot of weapons in the list now that are just so strange. And I just, chat, the longer I play them, I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, I don't know. You tell me how good this thing is doing. This is also a hallway. Chat, the orb, it loves hallways. I don't know, man. You kind of just watch it. And unfortunately, these guys are overguarding them, so I should be targeting these guys. I call it spot farming. I don't know why. I just can't stop. You know, I'm doing an updated version of the Relic video. I'm doing it for Lavos, but I'm including just like a quick mention that, like, if you want to get like relics from each era, you can just go to disruption missions, and it's like whether it's the B rotation or the C rotation, like, you can just you know, kind of target farm whatever you're looking for. And it's like, yeah, you're looking for the gold Zaku part, then you know, that's what people were saying, is like, you know, I hate Ukko because it has 2 different eras, so you just have a way bigger pool. How long was Marilena dead, Chuck? How long was Marilena dead? I can't be embarrassing myself like that. Come on, man. No survivability. I will see. Oh, look how they do me. Look, infinite ammo. Oh, that's so funny, man. That's so funny. Yeah, I think I need to run to the next area and start moving some spawns. Oh, this is a pretty good tile. I think I could probably chill out here for a while. So let's pop some of these life support. I don't know why I do this to myself. I get so risky. I play it like right down to the letter. I should pop a couple life support towers. Chill out a little bit, chat. Come on, man. I will say, chat, can you guys tell that I haven't really played a lot of Warframe in a while? Secondary weapon deal retro. Alright, fine, chat. They asked, and I listened. But yeah, you're kind of seeing it. The one thing that's struggling me the most, that's making me cry the most, Overguard. So, you know, Fortifier does look pretty good. Fortifier looks pretty baller, honestly. The amount of Overguard that you deal with in any amount of Omnias now, like, Just the amount of fucking corrupted ancients that spawn, I'm like, I swear to God. So I'm just spamming bubbles. I'm spamming breach surge like crazy. I'm dumping my orb. That's the true gameplay. Dump your orb like crazy, bro. That's the Grimoire way. That's the Amar way, right? I'm gonna hit my thing. I feel like I should just be in Void Dash longer. Ooh. Dude, I've been doing that more recently. I don't know if you caught that. I turned into a little orb and I was just stuck there for a while. Ooh, that's a good grab. I like that. We can orb them all. Orb them to death. There you go. Maxing it out. Okay, we're going to hit this. Do I still have the buff? Yes. Okay, now we're doing it. All right, what am I missing? Am I missing a lot? Yeah, I'm missing a lot here. Let me pause real quick so I can catch up. All right, pause. Okay, what am I missing? Can I still get the energize in the event? Yeah, the event is still active for a while. Inara's weakness is Overguard and have... Oh... 2-shot steel path level 6. Okay, nice. And 5 Sancrovats and 2 green shards. You can mass strip, probably push 7k. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I'll never approach 7k. What's the build for the tome? Looks like it's shredding. No idea what's even going on. You can use heat and Inherit to make Protea guns, give you Overguard. Yeah, dude, I think I saw a video about that. That was sick. So this is... first of all, this is a Riven that's giving me free corrosive. So that's like rule number 1 is like I would never really tell someone to like use this weapon offensively unless they get like some crazy Riven. I hate saying use offensively. I don't know how I do this to myself, man, but I really don't know how I do this to myself. But yeah, like it's just keep the orb active. That's kind of the entire gameplay loop. Yeah, it is a sick weapon, but yeah, this is like a setup that's like kind of criminal and should not be condoned. Like this is a little bit awful. So this is also Yareli giving me, it's essentially giving me critical delay for free, 200% crit chance, and then I have Arcane Avenger on top of that, so it's putting me at over 100% crit chance just as I am. I do have Enervate, but I think that shit's hitting like 70 or 80. Yeah, it's capping out at 80%. So it is giving me a pretty decent buff. That's not crazy. So that's 80% additive crit on top of whatever buff I had. So ooh, I felt that. Hang on, chat. Oh, at the timer mark too. Oh, that's not good. Here, I need to run away from this necromech real quick. Just hit this, all right, chat. Just chill out a little bit. I don't know what it is. Like Yareli's Marulina. Obviously, I have insanely low power strength, so it's kind of shit. But makes me sad a little bit. Tome is sick when used by Ivara. Prowl and Navigator. Oh my god, that's number 2, man. it's always the Grimoire. Prowl and Navigator. Yeah, I'm like, man, this weapon is always just, I mean, it should be used in weird situations. It really benefits from strange setups. So, oh, I bubbled myself. Ooh, bubbled myself, necromech myself. I'm so sick. Look at this. I have to stand here. Let's just watch all the heat procs. All right, we're safe now. I need to hit this. I need to keep this active, and then I just need to find my little friend. Where is this guy? Oh, he's on my ass, dude. You see how he does this? You see how he treats me? Come on, 10k. Yeah, there you go. 24,000. So it just adds 10k. That's... I don't know how... Does it work the same for... Oh, I bubbled myself again. Oh, wow. How did I do that twice? Fuck. God, I don't know how I do this to myself. Anyway, where's he? Goodbye. Goodbye. You need to die now. I need to shoot you. There you go. Oh god. Come on, man. Just chill out. Just okay. Take a breath. All right. You're fine. You lived. I might need to run to the other arena and pop some life support towers, but that's what happens, chat. More than anything, the thing that gets me killed in a survival is just getting bogged down with like violence or like malice. One of those two. Malice will just bubble me, and instantly I just don't know what to do. I'm like a deer. My legs start shaking. I'm like a fawn. I don't know how it happens to me. You can watch it. You can see it. Like, I'm so rusty, but that's what it's there for. Like, I'll always have to come back to it on Monday, no matter what I've been playing. I've been playing RoboQuest recently. It's a first-person shooter roguelike, so definitely different than this. And I feel that like getting better at that game is like pulling at the brain cells of like the being good at the Warframe game, and it's like I don't know if my brain space allows. They're both shooters. That's the thing that I don't understand is like I'm so bad at RoboQuest. I'm like really not great at it, and I'm like going for all the power crystals right now, which involves like these corrupted levels, and oh, Chad, it's endless. Also, I haven't spammed bonk fluence. I probably could. I probably could have saved myself some grief if I just kept this going. There's an influence proc. Okay. We bonk a little bit, clear the map. Alright. Just chill, get your life support back, alright, get yourself acquainted. See, this guy's a joke. I can just get a bunch of armor from him. Nope, nothing. 5,000. Oh god. They treat me so bad. They never shoot me when I want them to. I don't know what it is, man. It happens too much. 7,000? Yeah. It's just casting Marilena the game, apparently. It's just recasting it faster than you think you can. Oh, okay. This is good to see. Oh, you motherfucker. Yeah, thank God. I was like, do not give him overguard in the last second. Do not fucking do that, man. You're going to give me 2,000 damage from all that? I swear to God, man. They treat me wrong. But yeah, it is nice. I mean, I have insanely low power strength, so I don't really have a lot in the way of like good offensive ability. So I am thankful for the little breach sparks, like at least something. They don't need to be stunned, all right? They don't need to be lifted in the air. I'll purely just use it for the sparks. I'll just keep it active. It's cheap. I can have infinite energy. I should be casting my abilities, but yeah, in the Overguard future that we live in, this fourth ability is not something that I like to have it there. You know, I like to have it if I need it, but chat, I'm not really taking advantage of it very often. Oh, did I not cast that? I swear to God. I don't know what happens. I click the button and it doesn't actually activate, but chillin'. I gotta jump back into Warframe, but I probably won't until Infested Liches drop. Yeah, and I think the system for Infested Liches seems pretty spammable. I don't know if if like burnout will be a worry for me, but I am looking at starting with all the projectile weapons, because I have a feeling that, yeah, I'm just gonna turn the you know, most of the melees are gonna be pretty straightforward, but Misery I can still definitely just shoot in the face. Alright, chat. Hit this, hit this. Just throw down a bunch of bubbles. Keep the bubbles active. That's the real gameplay. You're just a bubble girl. That's all you do 24/7, and then we bong. And then we bong. Alright. And then we bong. God. Yeah, I mean, the mustache is gone, but I'm not beating the allegations of this guy wishes he was born in the 70s or like the 80s or whatever. You'll see it. I mean, when the full thing comes back, I told you guys I would shave. I had to shave the beard once because the beard like literally grows twice as fast as my mustache. So I had to like reset it and get it back to normal. Yeah, you're gonna see it. I've got some ideas. I'll think about a couple looks that I can do as I shave it. I should keep it going a little bit. I mean, it's been a while since I'll actually grow out a beard. I only really have 2 settings now. I should probably keep that 3rd setting, but the 3rd setting is just like too long. So I found out that I have a 1mm razor head, or like razor guard, so I can just actually give myself a 5 o'clock shadow all the time. So you may see that more, that I do actually shave every day, but I shave it or like shave every other day, but I do shave it at 1mm, so it's essentially just giving myself a 5 o'clock shadow every other day. So yeah, I mean, like I realized that even 3mm of like a beard was just like way too long for me. So I think the point at which my mustache is the longest, immediately the beard is gone. I hope it lines up. I don't know how good I am at it, but so far I'm really, really bad at growing a mustache. I don't know how to describe it, man. I'm like, yeah, like, there was like a couple days where it was just all in the bottom. It was so bottom heavy. I was like, what the fuck? Did I lose it? Did I lose the Riz? But now it's coming, so I'm fine, man. It's been a long time, but I think my skin needed to. It was like, yeah, I hate to say it, man. It was like, it could use a heal. It was nice to be clean shaven for a little bit. I did see there was some irritation on my lip where my mustache was, so I was like, okay, man, I'm thankful to have it, I guess. But chat, did you see this? I let the galvanized buff decay on the pistol. I'm so bad at playing. I'm so fucking bad at this game. So, chat, I gotta say, I think, are we back? Yeah, all the life support charges are here, so we're officially maxing it out. We've started the survival. The survival has officially begun. We're totally ready. Let's just orb all these motherfuckers. But yeah, this is a corrosive fire. Obviously, it has built-in electricity, so you know, it's got a bullet that's a little bit girthy, and it's got a AoE on top of that. The AoE does not deal a lot of damage, but it is a fire proc, so it'll just add on top of that. So, chat, we love it. But yeah, it is a very, very strange weapon. Not a weapon that I would ever really recommend to use in this situation, like offensively. I don't know if I even included it in the tier list, because I just felt like this tier list is mostly for like offensive capability and like their ability to like how well they benefit from a Riven, but not necessarily how powerful they are with a Riven. Like obviously I have Rivens for all these weapons now. Or like maybe not all of them, but like mostly all of them. Yeah, this guy needs to die. Is there one more? There's got to be one more Corrupted Ancient somewhere, and I don't know. I used to be better at this. This is the thing that I lose. Like, being able to spot a Corrupted Ancient out of a crowd and just, like, shoot them first. That's kind of, I hate to say it, 2025, that's how I'm playing Warframe. I'm spamming Omnias like crazy. I have a zillion Prime Warframe sets, apparently. And I'm just killing Corrupted Ancients for 25 minutes straight. And then I change my build and I do it again, and that's a stream. I do it 3 times and it's a stream. It basically always ends up being about 3 times. Oh, my boy's dead. Oh, I see. I was wondering why I wasn't proccing a shit ton of status effects on him. It's a little embarrassing. Alright, we'll hit this into this. We should be able to hit a couple of these. Yeah, he's chilling. Alright, we're good. Just don't let him heal. But yeah, we've got all the life support towers, so I should probably pop a couple of these, and we'll see how much we can do. But I'm actually doing better. This is, I hate to say it, man, this is a more impressive showing of actually using Marulina. I have been known to forget to cast Marulina like crazy, so it's nice that you can kind of just recast it instantly as soon as it breaks, and you get that little red notification when it's dead. So hey man, I appreciate it. But yeah, this is purely maxed out Grimoire gameplay. I could spam a little bit of Stradavar, but it's not a crazy weapon. It's not really getting a lot of buffs. It's getting Avenger, obviously. It's getting the bubble buff, so it's a little bit of a bubble boy with a bubble buff. I won't say anything else. I won't go any further.
Assassin.
Oh. Shout out Eclipsis. Did I read that right? Eclipsis. Appreciate it for following. Hang on. I've still got my buff. Yes. Good. Let's recast this. Let's hit this. We've 20 minutes in. Let's do a little bit of bonking. Thankfully, we can nuke Acolytes with bonk fluence. If it's got crit on it, absolutely. If it doesn't have crit, it's a little bit slower. Have a great week. Appreciate it. Unknown user. I've got a time mod that reduces armor in affinity range. And it's helpful, but not great. Oh, a toe mod. Yeah. Oh, and I have to scroll all the way to the bottom. Boop. Pick one at random. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what I try to do is, like, I enjoy making a weapon work and adding it to the ranks with other weapons that are arguably and, like, absolutely stronger than that weapon, but I don't know. There was something about offensive Grimoire. I don't know why I say it like that, dude. But that is kind of what it is. Like it's a utility for most people, but like the Amar is really good at being offensive with a Grimoire. That's the statement that you guys can take home, all right? I don't know how I say it like that. That was intentional. I was meaning you guys. But yeah, I've always been someone who enjoys, you know, being able to use a lot of weird weapons that, you know, definitely work differently, but, you know, I've got all these different, you know, full autos with blast damage. I've got all these AoEs that, you know, are maybe super high fire rate, and so they proc a bunch of viral, and maybe they have fire, and there's all these different setups that I have across my list now that they end up like kind of conforming together. It's weird. Like I talked about it in the primary crux video that, like, you know, the Torrid Incarnate and the Vermis Splicer Kit Gun have like a very similar loadout, just because they have built-in toxin damage. So I actually use blast plus toxin on them, and it's one of the only places that I use it. I also use it on Burst and Incarnate because I just realized that, like, that shit just does so much damage that, like, I might as well just get the double buff from Blight, because obviously primary Blight giving you multi-shot and crit damage. So, you know, on Burst and Incarnate, definitely super strong. So, you know, like, Burstin has, I don't know if it's like a 1 meter AoE or like a 1.5 meter. It might be a 2 meter AoE, but it's obviously like a, you know, it's like a faster bullet. You know, it's got, you know, pretty interesting damage. It's got a, you know, it's got that AoE as well, so you will kind of maximize it that way. But yeah, I can cruise a little bit with this. Oh, 9%. Oh, I gotta hit this. Come on, man. Don't do it to me. I mean, so far, pretty good warm-up. You know, you gotta have that first one. It was definitely nice to see, but, you know, it was a weird setup. But I did find that the Grimoire, like, it is built on the orb. Like, landing a bunch of good orbs, yeah, you feel the power of the Grimoire. And, like, when you're not able to do that, when you're just off the normal fire, like, you're not, you know, that's not where I want to be. I want to try and be maxing out with as many orbs as I can. You know, that's the main gameplay loop. Like, it is such a, it's a fun alt fire. It's super strong. Like, I gotta be honest, it's actually just a very strong damage ability. But yeah, you can see it, the hallway, you know, into a big crowd, like, you're chilling. It's a little bit silly, but I love the overguard on these guys. And this is what happens, chat. I get slowed down. We're at 1300. Oh my god, I'm at half. I'm at half KPM. I'm like below. Well, I'm over. What would it be? 1250. 1250 would be 50 KPM ish. I don't know. I'm not feeling good about this one. This is a bad roll, but, you know, maybe we can maximize a little bit better. But you're seeing it, man. Like the different maps. Like you gotta understand it. Like, the different setups will always present themselves in a weird way, and this is a pretty struggle survival. I gotta say it. Yeah, I mean, I'll talk about it in the tier list when I eventually do them. I've mentioned it. I'm probably gonna do it on Monday. But, like, yeah, the tier lists are primarily, you know, I want to show off weapons that I think you should actually use, and I don't feel the need to, like, show off a bunch of weird randomizer weapons. Like, I can show those off whenever I want, but I definitely think, like, you know, if I'm gonna make a list, I do want it to be like, okay, these are the ones that I actually think you should use, and there's a reason that so many of them are so similar, because they do have this built-in power that is also a good buff for your squad, and that is really just secondary encumber and galvanized shot. So it's kind of an insane buff, and, you know, you can use it on a couple setups. Those are some of the weapons that I don't have any type of Riven for, that I never really felt the need for, I guess is what I would say. Like, they have a level of power that is just so silly. I mean, obviously I should mention, like, Sicarus Incarnin, you know, Furus Incarnin. I could say Latum probably should be up there as well on the list, just like the power that you can get. And, you know, even if you have a crit build, you can still kind of use it properly. Oh, that's Violence. Oh, I love that. All right, let's bonk Violence. Let's bonk him to death. A very unceremonious death. I hate to be that guy. Shout out Undead Ace for sharing the live and dropping some likes. Appreciate it. Thank you. Is the monitor working? Yes, the monitor is working now. Is it working? Oh. Oh, no, it is working. Okay, we're good. Right, that's it. So that's 50 minutes in, so doing pretty good so far. But yeah, we gotta say goodbye to this dude. Oh, I can't cast my thing. There you go. Nice. Okay. And it's gone. Okay, we're safe. That's the thing. I'm okay with dying. If you get downed when you're in solo, when you're with the acolyte will leave. So that's the only thing I don't want to do. Chat, don't look at it. I don't have the resource doubler. I'm waiting for Lavos Prime. Yeah, we're just gonna let it fail. But yeah, we're at the extraction. So, oh, Jesus. Yeah, Grimoire. How good is it as a weapon? I don't know. Also, triple relic is a good roll. That's pretty sick. But yeah, chat. With your courage and our expertise. I like a lot of these weapons. I feel like, you know, I like them for a specific reason. But then when I do the content stuff and I'm like telling people what I think is a good weapon, it's more about like, yeah, you want to make sure that you're not like, yeah, I don't want to show you guys the weird fucking weapons. You can see them in the randomizer and you'd be like, why the like, what is this loadout? You'd be like, what is going on? But hey, that's the rolls. That's how the cookie crumbles. But next up is Koumei. Excuse me for this. Koumei is a huge buff. Just immediately, whatever weapon I'm using. The rifle, I think, is Tenet Tenet. What am I thinking? Tenet Tetra. Yes, Tenet Tetra. Very, very strong full auto. The pistol choice is double cum. Oh, excellent. Okay. And then finally the melee choice is Fragor Prime. Now that's a fun one. Okay, so this is a goated loadout. This is a maxed out loadout. This is like the best choice I could get for Koumei. Let's talk about it. It's 7:52. Let's see how long this takes. Rule number 1. This build has 2 buffs that are always active regardless, like long before your decrees get active. You have Roar, replacing your first ability, and you have Arcane Avenger showing up once again. This is an example of adaptation. So Omamori is essentially... So the way that it works is it's a 50% chance to give you half a second of damage negation or damage or invincibility, excuse me. It's just a damage gate. And then it has a 3-second cooldown. So it's a damage gate with a 3-second cooldown. You can kind of use it in tandem with like a little bit of health, some arcane grace and adaptation. And you can see I don't have any armor. I don't have any type of other survivability except for Omamori and grace, and that's kind of it. So yeah, it's kind of built on you being able to play easy enough that you can actually build up your decrees, because that's kind of where it's going to get crazy. But that should be obvious to you guys. Yeah, the one to mention is of course Bunraku. This is what I'm actually spamming if I want to proc a specific element on an enemy so that I can complete one of the decrees. Then I'm going to use Bunraku. I'm going to hit every enemy on the playing field. It's a 43 meter range, and that is line of sight, but yeah, chat, it's line of sight, so you don't have to worry about it. That's just stretch. That's it. Otherwise, it's just power strength, and then Archon Continuity is giving me corrosive on Toxin, so pretty powerful. But yeah, praying for some good decrees, but I'm going to be spamming a lot of Tenet Tetra. This is also an absurd Riven. 100% multi-shot, 187 damage. Also, do not use this weapon the way that I do. This is a weird fucking weapon. This is the same as Stradavar. This is a heat inherit with primed cryo round, so the bullet does 2,900 damage. That's with multi-shot and, you know, all the elemental bonuses. And then the blast AoE does a little bit less than that. You do have galvanized aptitude as well, so it's just a lot of damage buffs going. It's a 7.4 crit multiplier, but it shoots pretty fast, and I don't know, you'll see it. I'll let it speak for itself. Like, a lot of these weapons are just kind of like that. And then a weird one. double cum, twin Kohmak, secondary enervate being used a little bit better. So, you know, you're getting Arcane Avenger for, you know, what is that, 56% crit chance, and then enervate will go from there up to 6 orange crits. So definitely more manageable. Still a 5.4 multiplier. That is when my companion's alive. And then the Riven is crazy as usual. But it is, I don't know, I think it is nice to have status chance in here, because obviously because it spools up multi-shot. So the Comb series, so the Comb and the twin Kohmak, the longer you shoot, it'll spool up multi-shot, so it'll add bullets and it'll use up more ammo. So it has this trade-off that really incentivizes you to be able to dump and get that AoE to get that extra damage effect. You're getting galvanized shot, you know, you're proccing all the IPS plus blast, so it's a pretty decent buff from galvanized shot. You're also adding status chance, so easy setup, good numbers. Multi-shot heat is crazy because, you know, because it spools up, it's going to work differently how the multi-shot works. So that's a simple pistol. You know, again, this type of mod is just replacing an element, so you would just replace that with a heat mod. You would lose the multi-shot, but it would still be very powerful. So that's basically how you know, if you see any type of element, then yeah, you'll lose out on the buff, but you know, you'll still have that element, so the build doesn't really change that much. And then of course, Fragor, very interesting one. Plus 30 initial combo count, so I'm getting an extra combo level, adding to Weeping Wounds, so that's that's 200% status chance, and then I'm getting Elementalist for 120 on top of that, so I'm getting quite a bit of status. But this guy's got some low status, and then obviously you can remove Prime Fury, because that only affects the animation, like the finishing animation. So the wave will still come out relatively quickly, so you don't want to like roll out of it immediately, but you can just roll out of it. You just want to like slam, you know, and then roll out of it in a little bit. So pretty similar setup. Like, you're still having slam fluence, you're still bonking like crazy. So yeah, I guess it should be an easy showing. We've still got the same ones active. So yeah, I gotta say, man, Koumei is a great one. For stream specifically, I love doing Koumei because there are these moments where I think it was Wild Wolf, he showed up in the stream when I was like 20 minutes in with Koumei, and I had maxed out the cooldown on Omikuji, so I had like a shit ton of buffs, and he was like, oh my god, I forget which weapon I was using. He was like, that weapon is so OP, and I was like, oh, that's hilarious. My poor sweet fellow.
Your enemies have grown.
Yeah, we should be fine. I'm not too worried. You're gonna see how this is like a different setup with the full auto blast damage, but I think it'll work so similar. Like you with these guys specifically, it is just so much easier to just blow their fucking arms off. You get way too good at it. I hate to say it, man. But also, that's just like dumb to say, because it's, what am I getting good at? I'm getting good at spraying left and right. Is that a thing you get good at? That's Hall of Fame. Like, Amar is like a walking dumbass quote. So yeah, spraying left and right is a talent that I had to build up, Chad. So oh god, I don't know how I do it. These are top tier Amar sound bites that, you know, I guess that's the vibe. That's the vibe I give off, is I'm really good at just like running around and wiping crowds with like weird ass fucking weapons, and it just like slightly aiming your reticle left and right. That's the maxed out gameplay. That's what you can expect on this channel. Oh god. Nice. I used Void Strike. I was like, I had no reason to use that. Did they change Void Strike to be a duration? Oh, nice. Oh, I need to cast Omikuji. Wall Latch. That's fine. I can do that. What do I have in the other slot? What do I have in the other slot? Twin Kohmak. Interesting. I'll probably do better with Tenet Tetra. I'll probably do better. Alright. Come on, man. I'm almost there. Okay, heavy attack deals an extra hit. with 60% corrosive damage and status. Let's test it. Does it work? Does it work the way I think it does? Let's see if it procs corrosive. Let's see if we can get melee influence to proc corrosive. There's corrosive. All right, chat. Now we're grooving. See, this is how you groove, all right? This is how you start off with Koumei. This is a great choice. Excellent power. Excellent power. Fuck yeah. Oh yeah, this is it. Like, this is all you need, man. Woo. The bonk fluence has become much more powerful. I appreciate that it's a separate hit. Getting headshots may be a struggle, but hey man, pray for the blast. I guess those guys don't count. Okay, still testing. Testing it live. There's a guy I can hit. Come on, man. You can play better than this. I know it, man. 5 out of 14. Oh, God. Yeah, this map. I will say, yeah, you start to know, when you're showing up on this tile set, you start to have to know which enemies you're saving, which enemies you're targeting. Oh, look at these guys. Prime targets. Oh, my boy tapped him in one hit. Okay, we got to do it. We got to bonk. The bonk is calling to me, chat. I have to clear them a little bit. There's too many on the playing field. I don't like the ratio. Yeah, I'm a frat guy. I go back to my frat era. Maybe one day. I feel like if I can ever get one of my friends from like back then on the stream, I feel like we would totally talk about that shit. Yeah, Amar the frat guy, if you guys are ever curious, those are some ancient stories. Those are some couch stories that who knows, one day in the future. I've been getting, so they did the couch co-op sale on Steam. So I got a bunch of games that I was literally just wanting to buy so that I could play them with Taylor, but I picked up Wizard of Legend 2. I picked up what is it? TMNT Splintered Fate or something, but yeah, there was a couple choices in there that I was excited about. I find, one of them was like $30 at base, so, you get a little bit of a discount, and I could get the DLC for a pretty good price as well, so, it was nice to do that. And I was like, okay, so, this all comes from, we were playing a game called Ember Knights, right? So this is this game that I had owned for a long time. While full health, Warframes regenerate. Oh, that's kind of baller. But yeah, so Ember Knights is this like 4-player local co-op roguelite. So it has like a lot of passive like cross-run progression. You unlock the weapons, so like we had a blast playing it, so I actually just played it solo. Went through, unlocked all the weapons, got a couple more upgrades, so pretty beefy. So I wanted to like try some other stuff out. I want to just spam Wizard of Legend and like unlock all the spells. So I can see myself having a fun time with that. They just sell different spells every time you go in, so I was having a good time. I was mostly just only using the fire spells. I found that those to be just like the easiest. There's like a rock punch. There's like this air fist where you're like, oh, like fucking Bruce Lee and shit. Yeah, it was pretty gaming. Like I feel like what I've noticed is there are a lot of like couch co-op roguelikes, but most of the ones that I have are just 2-player, but there are some 4-player. But I feel like that would be maybe the thing, is like if it was just 2 people, then that would be the incentive to do only a 2-player one. So there's this one called Children of Morta that I want to play that I think would be really fun to do that as a co-op, because it's a little more straightforward. I've actually unlocked some of the characters, so there's some other choices to play, but I was pretty impressed with it. I played it for a little bit when I did the review, but it's like most of them, the ones that I love the most are the isometric ones, because I'm just terrible at 2D platformers. I hate to say it, chat. I'm really, really bad at 2D platformers. When I compare like all the roguelikes, like Dead Cells versus Hades, all that type of stuff, I am just significantly worse at 2D platformers. Also, how many status effects was that? That was only I wasn't using my pistol for that. That was just I think my companion. That was like, God, that was way too many status effects. But yeah, we're still chilling. I think we're still having a good time. So spamming this like crazy. We should swap. What do we got? Double com. Yeah, we could spam a little bit of this. I think we could have a good time with this. So it's got a very similar setup. You can just kind of, you know, it's got a lot of built-in upfront damage. So you just add blast to it and it kind of clears crowds just like crazy. So keep this active. Keep this active. I can activate this now. Kill enemies while sliding. Here's the meta trick. Slide in the air. Easy clap. Oh, I let another guy get summoned, but don't worry, we're chilling. This is max Warframe gameplay. Didn't we get like energy regen or something? I feel like we should be spamming for now. Did we get energy? Yeah, we got energy regen. Holy shit. Finishers deal 20% of the enemy's max health. Nah, I don't do that. What did I miss? Wait, where did that show up? I got a little ping, but I didn't see what happened. Is my chat not working? Wait. I knew the chat wasn't working. I swear to God. Ty followed. Yeah, we're back over here. What do you think the strongest overall primary is right now? Fuck. How you so strong, bro? You my inspiration now? Shout out Ty. Oh, nice. I didn't know Nick at 30 played Warframe. I should tally. I don't know how many people have said it at this point, but I take it as a point of pride. I mean, yeah, most people call me Nick at 31, or they'll call me like Nick at 25. I don't know how you say his name, but no, I appreciate it. That's just, bro, you're just manifesting that. Well, I have to. Does he ever do those? I saw the only video I've ever seen of his is like he did a video with Speed. And then Speed just started like cursing, like he started just like fucking it up for the. I don't know who's like in Nick at 30's community, but I would love to like ham it up for one of his videos. I feel like that would be so funny. I feel like he's that type of dude where, I don't know, he does he make like that type of content? That's the only, literally the only video I've seen. I know he mostly just only plays Fortnite, so I don't know. I feel like that is hilarious, but no, that's the meme. That's the meme that I'll take to heart and I'll say thank you. Because yeah, to get compared, he's a pretty wholesome guy. That's what I've always appreciated. Is like he's just kind of like nice. Like I think people clown on him, but you know I hope he hasn't done anything bad, but I don't think he has. I think he's just like what is he? Just the kid-friendly Fortnite gamer. I don't know, dude. I should watch some of his videos so I know I can do some memes. I feel like that would be hilarious if like, you know, I could like quote some of his videos, because I feel like he has those type of like weird fucking gamer quotes that you have. You're like, what the fuck? What did he say? You're like, what the fuck? He seems like that type of dude. Enemies has 60% chance to drop health orbs. Health orbs increase armor by 160. Okay, that means we're just like never gonna have health orbs, but we're also gonna always have health orbs. Should I do the chuckle sandwich meme? I don't know. I mean, at this point, that's where I know it from. I know it's existed before that, but all right, chat. Let's see how good the double cum does. I need to reload this. All right, here we go. Shoot him in the back. There you go. He's done for. Easy clap. Max Gaming. They've already started spawning over there. This tile does have 4 more pylons, so we're still chilling. Let's just fucking wipe them, dude. Let's bonk like crazy. It's time to bonk. Fuck yeah. Dude, I don't know how they do it. TikTok refuses to work for me. The monitor works, and then suddenly, man, it just treats me so dirty. I feel like I should tab out the monitor and like put it over the thing. I could potentially do that. I don't think it would actually look terrible. Huh. That's giving me an idea. Because I think the monitor still works for like coins and stuff and likes. I don't know if it works for likes. I'll see, but it just seems like the chat, it just doesn't work. So let's see if I can solve this. Yeah, the likes seem to be going up. So let me pull the monitor out. We'll shrink it all the way down. And then we can just cover this, I think. Like that. That's gaming, dude. I think that should be all I need. And then it should be the correct height as well. Yeah, there you go. Okay. I might need to put it a little bit down, but I can't. Ooh, wait. Chill. Be chill. It's time to recast 3 and then bonk. There you go. That's a map wipe. Let's reset the spawns a little bit. This is what you want to see. I mean, yeah, it's just the power of bonk fluence. And then I've already got 1 buff going towards the power of bonk fluence. So it already has an insane level of existing power. This is giving me an extra combo level. And it's a crit weapon. So, like, it does insane amounts of damage. So that's always something to keep in mind as well in terms of, like, what kind of buffs you're working with. But it's time to cast 2. Enemies that are 20 meters away. Affected by fire. Oh, that's kind of interesting. I could probably do this better with this guy. If I did a little bit of Tenet Tetra gameplay. Are they 20 meter away? Yep, I think so. Chilling. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, we're good. Okay, chilling. Oh, 4%. Oh, was not paying attention. Apologies. Let's nuke a little bit. Let's get the spawns back up. Alright, nice and easy. Feeling a little bit better. I should be able to clear out a few more. 9, 11. Excuse me, chat. Anyway, moving on. You heard nothing. You heard nothing. That was just the number of enemies that I killed. See, now we're at 13 and now 16. That's all I was saying. I was just counting, I swear. Bro can't keep saying this. Bro, stop saying that. Oh, come on, Omikuji. 20. Doing better. 21. We need to snag the life support. We're doing okay. Still a bunch more pylons spawning elsewhere on the map, but we've still got a bunch of pylons over here, so we're good over this. 25. We're going to hit this. We're going to hit this. Don't have the buffs, but I just need to keep it active. Chilling. They're too close. Alright, snag that. Should we just nuke a little bit? The ratio is too low. I was getting too greedy, chat. This is what I get for talking a big game. Now I'm chilling at 14% forever, so we'll hit this. Fine, I'll do it. Okay, now we're set up. Good to go. Okay, yeah, I think I fixed it. I think I can just put the monitor over that version of TikTok chat and then it'll work. Alright, nice and easy. Okay. Okay. But it's funny, if you guys know Thacker, they call him Jinxie. So I guess I'm Nika30 and Jinxie is fucking, or Thacker is fucking Jinxie. So I guess that's how it is. 2 guys with buzz cuts. One of them wears glasses. One of them is a more zoomer than I am, I guess is what I would say. He's definitely younger than me. I don't know. He seems like he's definitely in his 20s. I don't know. I don't know if he's like in his first couple years of college, but I think he is in college. Okay, hit this into this. We should be able to... Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's misery. Oh, we're fine. Come on, 34. Look how they fucking treat me, man. Fine, I'll bonk. Fine. Alright. There we go. Nice and easy. We'll do this. What are we at? Ooh. Oh, 1,013 minutes. Not terrible. Pretty good KPS. Not the worst. What did I even get? I didn't even see what I got. Finisher attacks imbue your melee weapons with 60% electricity for 15 seconds and increase their range. That's pretty cool. I don't know. I'm necessarily spamming it. Oh, 4% again. Oh, my God, dude. I don't know how I do it to myself, man. Do I just pop all these and leave? Why are those 2 rooms? Are those 2 separate rooms? I would hope so, but I'm probably going to start moving just to that corner of the room. I'm just going to keep them over here for the rest of the game. We should be able to survive. I think we'll still make it. If I need to run to the other room real quick, I can, but... just be patient. Chill out a little bit. I gotta wait for my combo to reset. I gotta remember to do that. Because you'll nuke a lot better if you're actually at max combo and you're not just like spamming it over and over. So Yeah, what does this other room look like? I guess they're already kind of moving over here. Oh, this one only has 3. Yeah, this one only has 3. All right, we'll pop one of these. So we'll see where they fill up. I don't know what room that is. That may be the tree room. Why are Kit Gun and Zaw Ribbons so hard to sell? I don't think anyone likes those. I don't think anyone uses Kit Guns or Zaws, if I'm being real. I think most people are... I don't know, man. Like, also, I just think selling Ribbons in general is kind of awful. You're going to struggle a lot. I don't know what it is, man. I feel like the markets have just changed so much. Like, I'm a ribbon buyer. I basically only will ever buy ribbons. I have no reason to sell a ribbon. If I'm going to have a ribbon, I'm going to keep the ribbon. So that's kind of how I've operated. But, you know, I'm definitely an anomaly. So I've noticed that, like, when the markets all converged and they all became one, I really did find that the ribbon prices changed a lot. And they definitely, like, hit a low end. Like, they definitely cratered a little bit. And just, like, prices in general, now that there was more supply, like, all the markets have changed. Like, I definitely think going on Warframe Market, setting up an account and doing it is how I do it. Like, I'm pretty much only ever buying stuff from Warframe Market because I can see, okay, here's your listing. You've listed it for this price. I'm going to pay that price. We're not here to fucking haggle. You know, you're not going to give me some weird price in the trade chat. I'm just going to be like, oh, this person's selling it for the lowest price. You know, there's no trade-off to it. You just have to join on their squad, and then you sell it. They sell it to you instantly. They make the plat. You get the thing. You leave. You say thank you, and then that's it. So it's been something that I've been doing so consistently now for like my entire time that like I could never imagine playing the game any other way. Just like going in trade chat and doing it that way, that's just struggles. Like, what I have heard of is that sometimes you can snag someone in trade chat and yeah, maybe get them to buy a ribbon for a shit ton of plat, like a lot of plat, and then that's kind of a pretty gamer moment. Destiny Alliance. Weak point kills create a 10-meter field. Okay, that's pretty poggers. There, you know, when I did this in conjunction and I got that decree, I was like covering the playing field in these things, and it was lagging the shit out of my game. So we'll see how it does. But yeah, Koumei, when you're doing, you know, 25, 50 minutes, you're definitely building up a lot of shit that can potentially lag you out, but it's so much fun. And yeah, you're buffing the fucking Tenet Tetra, so super sick. I feel like this guy might go so hard. I might max out with this. All right, let's hit this. We don't even have Roar active. Oh, and we still get the max buff. We still get the double buff for Roar, which is 189% Roar buff. That's what I'm talking about. So obviously Roar is going to buff the bullet, and it's going to also buff the AoE of the blast proc, which just you can think of as just another damage instance. So for a lot of enemies, that's kind of the only thing that matters, is that Roar is just buffing you like crazy. Do I need to scroll down? Why does it keep fucking scrolling up? I don't do this shit. Oh, I bubbled myself. No, I saved it. I'm safe. Oh, I can recast this. Enemies during wall latch, that's fine. Let's just fucking Bunraku this shit. But you can see it's interesting, like the different weapons will be stronger against specific VIP targets in different ways. Like you know, like there's, you know, Acolytes have a different type of damage attenuation than Necromex, and obviously like Thrax are just, you know, a very strong Eximus unit. So like you think of all of them differently, and but then they all have commonalities. But I think that's part of it, is that, you know, the game will just offer you so many weird choices that you'll have to become familiar with all of them. Like if you're doing a lot of Omnias, then you are getting comfortable with Acolytes, Necromex, Thrax, you know, all the dangerous enemies that you're going to be dealing with as priority targets. Those are going to be the ones that will actually make your life more difficult. So I think in a lot of missions, like, yeah, if you're only ever dealing with Acolytes, then it's pretty manageable. But it's really the combination of Acolyte and Necromech, or like Acolyte and Thrax, like those things will show up. Also the Corrupted Ancients, the fact that like Corrupted Ancients are going to show up in all your missions now. Or when you're in Omnias, like they're always going to show up when these Void Tears happen, so they're always a threat. They're always going to be adding Overguard. But you can see this, we have started building up some pylons over here, so I'll probably move back over here. Snag these pylons. We're at 20 minutes, so still chilling. Still moving too easy. Oh, I see now. I guess the chat has to update. I guess something has to be said. I don't know. The TikTok chat always does these weird things where I don't know, man. I don't know what to feel about it. So I guess it's a good relaxing moment. You know, you'll see the power of Koumei. I'm not even getting max buffs. Unfortunately, I'm only getting like what is that? A minute of a cooldown, a little bit longer. Should I build the Despair? I have the Riven and don't really know what to do with it. If you can get Despair in Karnin, that weapon is really broken. My recommendation for Despair in Karnin is to just put only fire damage on it. Because like the AoE and the bullet itself just does so much damage that I think of it as like an insanely fast version of the Zylok. Like the AoE just deals a shit ton of damage. But oh, I got a scroll. Yeah, my Atomos in Karnin is a very weird weapon, but they all have similar vibes, chat. I love the pistol incarnates for like the, you know, you have the big AoEs. I will say Gamma Core Incarnate is a very weird one as well. So if you are like looking to max out your incarnate list, like most of them are pretty strong. I think the only one that I don't use is Vasto Incarnate. I've thought about trying some stuff out, but I didn't really like. They have a couple like augment or what am I trying to say? They have like a couple what am I trying to say? They're the incarnate upgrades. There's an incarnate upgrade that gives you infinite ammo on headshot, but it honestly, you know, it didn't really have a lot of stats. I've been thinking if I could get a Riven, I want to look at the disposition on it because I looked at the stats and I was like, I think if I had a Riven for crit chance, then I could get some really good stats with infinite ammo and maybe make it work. Because that's kind of a fun one where, you know, it is just like on headshot you get infinite ammo for like 2 seconds or something. So that's one that I've been thinking about, that I might snag a Vasto Riven and see if I can make it work. Because, you know, I added Lado back. I added Bronco back because, like, well, Bronco has always been in, but Bronco is like way stronger now. So, you know, I feel like a lot of the pistol incarnates are just really, really fun. You know, they present you with these very interesting loops that, you know, you have like Sicarus and Dual Toxicist, which are like essentially chain beams, but they count multi-shot. So it's like the Burst-in Incarnate, but it's a chain beam. So it's a very powerful weapon. You know, you can essentially put it in the leagues of Kuva Nucor and other similar weapons, and they just do so much damage. Like, they really shred through everything, and you can get the secondary encumber buff, and you can use, you know, viral heat, and you can kind of just like nuke everything. Because, you know, the one thing that I will say is I've been thinking about trying to fit magnetic on there, like doing viral magnetic and then just not putting heat on there, but I don't know, just the fact is that like heat damage, the way that it can kind of scale up in terms of like it just benefits from all your damage, like your elemental damage, like all that stuff, it just will benefit from everything. So you can just get absurd heat numbers that I kind of end up using heat on pistols just so much. And you know, there's the whole like heat inherit thing, but a lot of it is also just like having access to prime heated charge is just like so valuable, and it just gives a really nice buff if you are going to use heat damage. It just gives you more damage to the damage ticks. You know, it's giving you a better weight towards heat. You know, you're getting a higher chance to proc heat. So, you know, on a weapon that shoots infinite bullets, and the only downside is that you have to get headshots very often, like, the more you can proc heat procs, the more damage you'll get out of it. So, you know, being able to skew it like crazy with 165% damage is just so nice. So, safe there. I'm going to start spamming a little bit of Bonfluence. We should have time for one more. 23 headshots. Okay. This should be easy with the double cum chat, the classic setup. Nope. Fortunately not. The blast is too strong. I guess we're getting some kills, but I don't know if you guys are even following what's happening. I will say the recoil factor does make it a little bit of a struggle. to see what's actually happening with these weapons. So I mostly know, I guess, is my, I have to say that, right, Chad? if I'm gonna be, yeah, I definitely know what I'm doing. I definitely know what's going on. No, it's kind of just like, this weapon has a lot of built-in power, and I kind of love it, man. It's been in my list for a long time. I've kind of always known it's very strong, and I've had a good ribbon for it, so being able to max it out is like very, very fun, and it does work weird with the multi-shot and everything. If I don't have any of the Incarnants form this rotation, which ones should I pick? Oh, I should check what's available. Hang on one sec. What is it? 24 minutes? Okay, let me finish this mission, and then we'll see what the rotation is, and then we'll see what's available. Yeah, because I mean, I would say usually I go for primaries, because at this point there aren't a lot of primaries in this game that I don't like Incarnate primaries. I think most of them are super strong. And yeah, so there you go. That would be my choices. Start with the primary. The melee is also very strong. There are specific melees that are very, very strong. If it's like Anku Incarnate, that one's a very strong Incarnate. But you know, I would say generally like the primaries will have the most power. The pistols can be the most useful and can like change your list. But you know, overall, I would say primaries are an easy decision to make. But yeah, we got to see what's available to really call it out properly. But yeah, that's 5 rounds. 8:26. We're making great time. This is gaming. This is maximum gaming. So I gotta say it, man. The rust. I can get the rust off way easier than I thought I would. So, chat. I will also say, at the hour-and-a-half mark, I weighed myself again. Chat. I'm getting fat. I hate to say it, man. I gotta do more exercise. I gotta do some fucking burpees. I gotta get my heart rate up a little bit, so that did suck a little bit, but it was a good thing to see. I think this is the heaviest I've ever been. But yeah, I've been stuck in my room. I've been, you know, kind of waiting on some stuff, some family stuff. So
we've had a few.
Yeah, I gotta say it, man.
Setbacks.
Your boy's gotta exercise a little bit more. Gotta get ready for the summer bod. Alright, let's look this up. Can I just look up, don't I usually just look up Warframe Incarnate rotation? Let's see. Alright. Survey says, okay. What does the survey say? Week 1, Bratton, Lado, Paris. Bratton is pretty strong. I gotta say it, man. Bratton is pretty strong. Paris is very broken if you have the augment. Lado is also a good choice, but I don't like Kunai very much. Kunai is another one that I don't use that I maybe might look at using. That's another pistol Incarnate that I don't really use. Huh. Maybe I give it a shot. Maybe I can make it work with blast damage. Alright, well, we'll see. Glaive Prime. I would consider Glaive Prime to be like the single strongest weapon in the game. From my time using it, just as long as I had that weapon equipped, I could basically kill anything and also like completely map wipe. So it's like an insanely OP weapon. And it's been vaulted for a long time, so getting access to it, that's worth the Aya. If you're gonna go for any prime weapon, that's worth the Aya. So yeah, I would say Bratton and Paris are very strong, but you want to go to Demos and get the thing. Haven't played in 4 years. Glaive Prime, yeah, here I'll show you the Glaive build. So this is a Blast Fluence plus slash build. So I am buffing my slash proc. So Galvanized Reflex is getting me 4 stacks of Blood Rush alongside Galvanized Steel, giving me crit damage. So we're getting a big crit damage buff. We've got electricity in here. So what's going to happen is melee influence procs off of electricity. And this is going to take the built-in blast damage of the AoE. And it's going to spread it to enemies within 18 or 20 meters. So you have this slash proc from the AoE that will still nuke basically everything. It'll still do a zillion damage. You want to have Killing Blow. You want to have Amalgam Organ Shatter. Those are both very necessary.
New alert marked on navigation.
And then yeah, you've got Galvanized Reflex with Blood Rush and Galvanized Steel, so that's a pretty goated combo. And then Galvanized Elementalist is giving you a higher chance for a blast proc, so it's going to make it easier to proc Influence, and it's also going to make it easier to proc more blast, so it's pretty useful. Melee Influence a must. No. I don't think you need a Riven. I don't think you need a Riven for this. If you want to get rid of Influence, you should replace it with Melee Crescendo, which is on finisher, gain initial combo. And then you can probably get rid of Voltaic Strike. And then you could potentially get rid of Elementalist as well if you wanted to, and replace it with the Gladiator bonus. So you could get Gladiator Might. And then I would say you might also put Volatile Quick Return on here. Here's a pretty good slot if you want to use it with specific setups. But oh yeah, very strong. I don't know what you would put in that last slot. Oh, Power Throw. Oh, so you would put Gladiator Might, and you could probably put Power Throw in here, because that's just going to give you more throw damage. And then that's also gonna buff the slash proc of the AoE. So it's a pretty go-to weapon. You nuking in Steel Path? Yeah, easily. Nuking in Steel Path is a must. Like, especially with Omnias and doing an Omnia survival. Chat, if you can't map wipe in solo Steel Path, you're not able to do solo Steel Path Omnias. Like, that's kind of just a baseline. Like, you have to be able to, if you're gonna play solo, you have to be able to map wipe with any setup, any gear. Like, if you're using a piece of gear, it's because you can map wipe. And a lot of that is built on melee influence. So this is a swinging influence weapon, so we need to swap our gear. But yeah, let's swap our Warframe to start off with. 831. We get Kullervo. Insanely broken, and it's actually a reason for me to choose a different weapon. For me to choose Kogake. No. To use Vitrica. Okay. Yeah, Vitrica should be the perfect setup. Yes, that's a good setup. Okay. So that's step one. The rifle doesn't really matter. The other weapons don't matter because we're using Kullervo. You can see I've got the Rhino horns with Kullervo. I gotta say, man, to get the ring going down and then the rings kind of coming up from the horns. I love these fucking horns. I don't like horns on top of horns, though. I'm not putting horns on fucking Zaku Deluxe. Alright, chat? I don't know, man. I don't like horns clipping into each other. I like that if you have a bunch of energy wings, they all kind of sit at different parts of your body, and they all show up differently. That's pretty sick, but yeah, I'm not the double horn guy. I won't say anything else. I don't want to continue saying any more words along that subject. Staticor, again, is crazy. But yeah, there's the loadout. Let's do the Kullervo build. Real quick. Nice and easy. This is Truculence and Molt Augmented. Molt Augmented, kind of a must, so that you can just get insane amounts of crit chance on your one Wrathful Advance. This is all I'm spamming, Wrathful Advance. 15-second duration. Also keeping your Overguard active. Truculence does turn your Overguard into kind of an offensive ability, so Amar loves to be offensive is apparently the slogan again, so hate to be that guy. I also thank you for 1,000 likes. I appreciate all the likes. Thank you so much. I don't know if chat's been working. No, unfortunately, chat still hasn't been working. But yeah, I think all the other stuff is working. Finna go splurge my 4K plat. Holy shit! Yeah, that's nice. Getting a resource doubler is pretty poggers. Nope, don't want that. But yeah, it's just you could probably get rid of Humble Vitality and put in more power strength. That's not a bad take. Because yeah, you don't really need health. It's nice to have, but if you're getting health damage, you're already dead. So do keep that in mind. I think you could totally just replace that with Transient Fortitude. Oh, it costs the same amount? Oh, holy shit. And you do get more power strength. There you go. It's 1,200 health still, so there you go. 308 strength. There's your answer, chat. 1,200 health base is fucking crazy. That's nuts. And it's the same cost, so I'm totally fine. I could even do this if I wanted to. Look at that. How wonderful. Oh, and then I could put in Power Drift. There you go, 310. Wow, that's wonderful. Live changing my Kullervo build. How do you like that? Realizing this is the build, yeah. So this is built on having a Bonkfluence weapon, and you're gonna kind of see that once I have that damage, then I can kind of nuke everything. I may actually use Kogake, just so I can articulate it more clearly. Because Kogake has 0 crit stats, but he does have higher chance on focus energy. I don't benefit from the heavy attack efficiency, but yeah, I think this might articulate it a little bit better because Kogake has no crit stats. But yeah, that's it. Collective Curse you can use, but Roar is also super fun because it's gonna buff the damage of blast procs in a really fun way. So you're gonna get some crazy margins from that shit. And then of course it is just stretch for a little bit of range for Collective Curse. You could remove that, and you don't really need the range. You're still fine, but all I'm really spamming is 1, keeping Roar active, and then you could hit Collective Curse, although I don't really feel the need to. Mostly just 1. All right, let's talk about the melee. That's the most important one. I showed it off. This is Kogake Prime. This is a 0 Forma build. Similar setup. It's still Galvanized Reflex, still Galvanized Elementalist. But this is Weeping Wounds, Galvanized Elementalist. So you're getting 4 stacks of Galvanized Reflex. That's becoming 5 stacks. So Weeping Wounds gets 5 stacks. That's 200% status. Plus 120 from Galvanized Elementalist. And then you've got a good ratio of Electricity plus Melee Prowess. So you're actually proccing a shit ton of status. You are proccing insane blast procs like crazy. Shout out K9 Shadow for dropping some likes. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm waiting to see if the monitor will at least work for like likes and new followers and stuff. I don't know if someone followed recently. I missed that K9 Shadow followed, but appreciate that, K9 Shadow. I guess that went up. Total viewers is going, okay, so I think we're good. I think the monitor still works. I think it's just the chat. So I figured out a way to do, is Boar or Gorgon Incarnate better? Boar is definitely better. Boar has like a chain beam that just does a zillion damage. Oh wait, I missed something else. Hey, how long into the game would you recommend farming primes? I don't think you should farm primes until you want them, because I don't think you really need them. You should start with newer frames. You should get good with a couple newer frames, and then you can kind of go from there. Sorry, I missed that. Kullervo, he god mode? Yeah, Kullervo is very broken. And yeah, he's a new frame. I'd say Dagoth is pretty good as a new frame as well. So yeah, chillin', good to go. I think we're ready. I think we're ready to start. The next weapons are whatever. Panthera is weird. This Riven is insanely broken. This Riven is like god tier, triple S tier, fucking crazy shit. How do I even describe it, man? Hang on one sec. I'm gonna move some stuff around. I don't think I need to do anything but this, but I want to make sure that I can tab over to all this stuff. So, yeah, that Riven is, in case you didn't see it, multi-shot heat slash. And you're like, why does that matter so much? The bullet has a ratio of 27% slash, 28% heat, and 22% viral. Excuse me, 22% viral. And the AoE has a ratio of 36% slash, 26% heat, and 20% viral. So you've got some crazy setups. This is heavy caliber vigilante armaments. Heavy caliber is going to buff the damage of the slash procs. Vigilante armaments is just going to give you more slash procs and more fire procs. But thankfully, thermite rounds, all of the heat elemental damage will get added on to the tick damage of the heat damage. But yeah, these bullets will ricochet. We just need a couple headshots. We need 10 headshots. And then we're chilling. Phone finna die. I'll be back. I appreciate it, man. I need to get the Panthera. Panthera Prime, I do think, is a pretty decent buff. It makes it like kind of stronger than the base version. Oh, didn't want to tab over like that. All right, one sec, chat. I'll get it all set up. I got it going. All right, back. All right. Yeah, I think the main thing to talk about is just you just deal a shit ton of damage, and you're shooting so many bullets that Primary Crux is proccing absurd amounts of status. Also giving you ammo efficiency, which is very powerful. Like, ammo efficiency is so useful on a weapon like this, where your only goal is to just dump infinite amounts of bullets. You just want to fill the landscape with shots, and you feel it, man. So I may spam it a little bit, but the other one, similar setup, secondary enervate, Staticor, 14% base crit, 5.8 crit multiplier when my companion's alive. And then this Riven is multi-shot heat. So this is just adding to my heat damage. It's skewing it even more towards heat. So the bullet and the AoE have pretty similar stats. This AoE is 2.4 meters, pretty big. 32% heat, 15% viral, 13% radiation. And then this guy is same stats. So you're going to dump the tap fire. That's it. I pretty much only tap fire with this, and you're going to see why. Like, the ratio is way better. Like, you're barely getting any bonus damage from this. So I'm mostly just tapping the tap fire as much as possible. I think it adds the total ammo that you charge up into the damage of this, so this may not be 100% accurate. But yeah, I'm only tapping it. You get more status procs, and especially with heat, I'm totally fine with more status procs versus higher damage status procs. So I guess that's kind of the main thing. All right, that covers it. That's Kullervo, 840. So we should have time to do
most exquisitely bored.
I think a couple rounds. What do we get? Oh, nice. Okay, this will be sick. A fucking Void Cascade. I may be spamming Panthera way more. Potentially will be spamming it. We'll see, because a lot of Cascade missions is fighting a solo Thrax. That's like, there's not a single enemy around. You maybe don't have your buffs active. So this is probably going to be spamming more Panthera. And then when I have enemies around, then I'm going to be using you know, my Wrathful Advance and also my Bonk. But what I have noticed is that part of the struggle with Void Cascade is that it's very energy hungry. Like, I am losing energy constantly. It's a big struggle for me, especially with this build where I'm getting tapped constantly. But you can see, like, as you start out, like, you're not going to get any buffs. You need to kill enemies to get your galvanized buffs going, and then you're going. And then once you have the buffs going, then you're a little bit better off. But yeah, my companion's dead already. All right, safe. Nice and easy. Okay, perfect. All right, so we got to build this up. We got to get our Panthera going, because you can see I have no energy, and I don't know if I'll have energy, because the amount of enemies that are going to be on the playing field is not conducive to giving a bunch of energy. But I think what I can still do is this, and I will have essentially infinite stuff. So I just need to proc influence. I want to try and do a mix of killing enemies and killing Thrax, because I do need some energy coming in to actually do this properly. But yeah, once I've got the Thrax on my vision, then I can kind of take them out. I am feeling like, oh, do I have... Oh, I don't have Avenger. That's right, I don't have Avenger. Oh, I'm out of energy. Oh, you see what I mean, man? This fucking mission. Something about this mission. I mean, it's just like, you know, it feels like it's the only time that I have to swap back to Zenurek. But I think I'll be okay. Oh, and I don't even get the energy because I was in last gasp. That makes me sad. All right, chilling. Safe. Where's my boy? He's dead. Okay. All right, I just need to warm up a little bit. I need some energy coming in before I can do anything. And yeah, I may potentially be spamming more Staticor. I need to just be using something that deals better damage. So, yeah, I think I need a little bit of crit in this situation. So I have to primarily just choose one of my projectile weapons and be spamming that. But yeah, I might just be keeping Roar active more often.
Deal with it while you still can.
All right, we've got one behind us. So we just want some decent fire procs. There you go. That one's popped. Okay, so let me start this next Exilizer. Chilling, safe. Come over here. And then what? There's a bunch of Thrax on me. Whole bunch of them. Nice and easy. Oh, and he gets corrupted at the last possible second. That's what always happens, man. Oh, I need to map wipe a little bit. I also need to recast my 2. Oh god. This guy's ghost. Perfect. He's gone ghost on me. We love that. He's dead. Perfect. Safe. Good. Okay, excellent. Where's this guy? Alright. Oh, no energy. Fucking Christ, bro. See what happens to me? I don't know if am I getting mag proc? I may be getting mag proc by their little thingies, but yeah, I'm a little energy hog. I struggle a lot apparently. But yeah, it seems that I'm primarily doing this. I need to clear out this guy because he's gonna give overguard to these dudes. And then I think I should be able to just keep this shit active and dump into these guys. I will say I've always been surprised how long I can keep these guys alive. Oh my god, you see what I mean, man? You see how many overguard dudes there are? This is a little bit crazy. Criminal. But I mean, yeah, that's been why, like, when I do a Void Cascade, I'm very thankful that I only go 5 rounds. Because I am not trying to do this for up to level cap. Especially doing this solo with, like, the weirdest gear you've ever seen. Like, and yeah, what I'm realizing is, like, this is, like, a weirdly, like, energy-hungry mission. Unless I'm in that situation where I now have fucking 300 energy, so... Chilling there. I should probably just kill this guy. Oh, there's 2 of them here? Okay, that's sick. We can chill out a little bit. We've got 1 pylon active over there. I'm realizing that I can kind of take it slower, and I can keep the, you know, I can keep the pylon cap at a specific ratio, and then still survive. You know, like, you can leave one of them capped, and then it'll, but I'm like, I don't know, like, what I don't want in this mission specifically is I don't want 1 in one room and then, you know, 3 more in another room. I want them to always spawn in groups in the same room, and then that way I can kind of defend each room on its own and kind of move from there. Okay, nice and easy. Oh, he's gonna get corrupted. It sounds like sometimes I feel like it sounds like I'm saying nice sneezy. I don't know. Especially in this last run. The last run, bro, I'm always losing it. I'm always just going crazy. The spawns, though. Nothing makes me suffer more than the fucking spawns. Oh, we'll hit this. Keep bonk fluence active. I guess now I can use Wrathful Advance. So yeah, there's 600% crit chance at least. They're outside the bubble now, so it doesn't matter. And my boy Violence alive. We love that. But yeah, I think I might mostly be keeping Roar active. Oh, he's going to cap me there, but not super worried. Can I shoot this guy? I think this does pretty good damage against him. Yeah, there you go. X-Lies are under attack. Nice. We'll hit this into this. Nice and easy, chat. Okay. Okay, nice. Sweet. Easy clap. Bonk. Nice. One shot all of them. We love it. This one's already purged. Okay, what did I miss? Oh, shout out Hatsune Miku for following. Appreciate it.
When you're ready.
Do you have an extra Reaper Prime Blade? I might. I just might. I don't know. Well, join the Discord. I'll check in my stuff when I finish, and I'll see if I have something. Because I do have the Discord available. I'm usually more forthcoming with my weapon parts because I don't really have a use for them, especially like ones that I don't have a lot of. I'm like, I don't really know what I'm going to do with them necessarily. So if I have it, you know, I might be more inclined to give it away just because, you know, for the raffle, I give away Prime Warframe sets. And so that's always what I prioritize when I'm farming Prime sets. So I don't usually care about the weapons. I don't feel like I'm going to use them. You know, like I have a Trumna Prime set. I need to figure out what I want to do with that. What? There's already a Thrax on this? Are we just playing so good that there's no... that I'm clearing X-Lizers as soon as they spawn? That's pretty gamer. Oh, he's going to cap it right away, but that's totally fine. Come on, I'm shooting you, bro. Oh, see? Again, it happens. He gets corrupted the instant. The exact instant I go to shoot him.
Those void nightmares are
we'll hit this into this. I do have decent energy, but not a lot. But yeah, you can see that, you know, the lack of enemy density is going to make me suffer quite a bit. So good to see. I can come over here, though. I can have, you know, infinite combo, and just all I need is one influence proc. I don't know why they're treating me like this. They're making me suffer for it. They're squeezing it out of me for everyone. There's influence. And there's a wipe. There's an instant nuke. So there you go. He's wiped. So yeah, you can get just like an insane level of power regardless of anything. Oh, I guess I'll have to clear this one out before I can move on. Because I need that at full power. But yeah, we can easily wipe this entire Exalizer and not really worry too much about it. So I'm feeling pretty good so far. Looking decent. Dealing good damage. Okay, clutch. Look at this. Super easy. Yeah, we're done, dude. What is it? 8:50. We have time for, I don't know, maybe one more round. I mean, I still have 2 more pylons after this.
We're down an Exalizer.
Yeah, 2 more pylons. Okay, I gotta run. We're moving. I'm moving quicker. 25 seconds. Okay, I can survive. Oh, that's awful. That's a slowdown right there. All right. If you've ever done a bunch of relic capture missions, then you should count your slowdowns. You should count the number of times that your momentum is just completely stopped, just because of the tile set or whatever. Because that's how you practice in Warframe. That's a great way to get better at movement. Is just like going and doing a bunch of you know, relic capture missions and just farming that way and trying to be the fastest with whatever frame you have. Just practice bullet jump into double jump into roll over and over. Get so good at it. Easy clap. Nice and simple. Okay. Where are you? Dead? Cooked? There's 1, 2, and then we'll pop 3. Oh, and this will put us at completion. Yeah, I think this should put us at a good margin. One of them might get capped. What I always try and do, especially when they're going to do me so nice like this, is I always just try and cap them all. And then if one of them gets recaptured by a Thrax, I'm not super worried, because I can just go in and capture it myself one more time. Like, yeah, a Thrax got here. That's totally fine. I can come over here. Sure, it'll like pause the timer, but the timer is never paused for very long, so I don't think you should feel too worried about that. Oh yeah, my boy's dead. I can feel it. Okay, safe. Nice and easy. Okay, perfect. Safe. And then now we just map wipe. And then the game, like, honestly, the game mode kind of plays itself after that moment. Like, once you've got the setup going, you know, I could pop my roar buff. I'm using roar a little bit more just because, like, I don't have the greatest ammo or energy efficiency, so even using roar can struggle a little bit. So it is a good showcase for this specific mission. Exilies are under attack. That's fine. This guy's basically capped. Oh, I need to hit this. He cleared all my overguard in an instant. So these guys are all cooked. I could use some energy. There's a bunch of energy. Okay, don't do this to me. Safe. Good. That one's cleared. Both of them are dead. That's sick. I should just pop this. Okay, safe. Come on. Okay, good. What do we got? One more round in us? I think we got time for one more round. I don't really care about Warframe sets. Yeah, I mean, hey, if you join the Discord and you say hi, you may potentially get a Prime Warframe set regardless. It's to do with what you will. And then yeah, if you're interested, I'll see what I have. I don't know what I have. I mean, I have a bunch of relics. I've realized that there was a time when like they would become unvaulted, and they would show up in the drop tables. But I do like the Aya. I do like the Aya format. I think it's a very nice way of doing things. It streamlines it, so you have you know, you have the relic drop tables, which are like all the new Warframes that are available currently. And then you have the Aya drop tables, which is like in most missions where you get relics, you have a potential to get Aya as well, and then that will serve for you to get any vaulted frame. And I do like the simplicity of that it's a lot less cumbersome. You're not like waiting for them to be unvaulted. You're not like waiting for the vault to return. They'll just kind of show up as they do. And then you'll buy them with Aya. You know, they'll do the year-end sale and you'll buy it with Aya. Safe there. Where's my boy? Where's my fucking dog? This guy needs to get capped. There you go. Nice and easy. Keep moving. Chillin'. We'll hit this. Yeah, and chat, I gotta be honest. I was looking at the Lavos Prime Access, like the accessory pack, and it was like all these Lavos themed, you know, it was like Lavos themed Syandana and armor set. And the armor set looked pretty sick, but I was like, bro, I gotta save a little bit of money. You know, I've been looking at getting a new set of mics and stuff, so I don't know. I want to look at the fashion and see what it looks like, but I was looking at it, I was kind of like, okay, I might go without this time. There you go. There's a nuke. Secondary weapon has infinite ammo. We love that.
Relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
All right. I'll clear this one, and then we should be good to go. Yeah, in a room like this, you're getting super lucky because you're getting optimal spawn. You're getting all the Exilizers exactly where you want them. You know, classic gameplay, right? Here's the thing that I love. The powerful part about fire damage is that you'll notice the enemy will get corrupted, and then when they become corrupted, they're invincible for a time, but the fire damage will continue to tick up. So when they're out of that invincibility timer, then they're just taking fire damage, and they're taking a lot of fire damage, and you can kind of nuke pretty well. I need to hit this. I need to hit it again. And that's all my energy. So we need to nuke. There's a map wipe. Yeah, with Kogake Prime, in case you didn't know, it's a goated ass weapon. Really high base status, so we can kind of nuke like crazy. Okay, we need to spam this a little bit. My boy's alive, thank God. Shoot him, shoot him. Yeah, watch that fire. Watch that fire tick away. Alright, chilling. Safe. Come on. One more hit. Perfect. Look at that. Alright, gaming. And this should be the final Exilizer. 855. Yeah, this, when we complete this will put us at completion. So we'll load up out of here and be on our way. So you can see it was a little bit of a warm-up period, but we managed. We survived. We made it through. Okay, we persevered. Got downed a couple times, but it was an instant revive.
Exilizer has been retired.
All right, there you go.
Benefits.
Yeah, not even really able to use Kullervo properly. Sucks a little bit, but yeah, you can still do a bunch of damage. You can do a whopping amount of damage with Kullervo, so it's very good to see. But yeah, I appreciate everyone tuning in. I saw there was a lot of people who were tuned in, on YouTube and TikTok, so I appreciate everybody who stopped by. Hope you guys enjoyed. Obviously, I will be back tomorrow at the same time, 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific time. And that's 10 p.m. to midnight for East Coasters. But yeah, I got a lot of stuff in store. Obviously, Lavos is coming out on Wednesday. I'm doing an updated version of my relic video that's going to go up on Friday. That's also going to mention the disruption method. So if you want to get relics and you want to spot farm specific eras, then there's the whole, B rotation or C rotation of specific, disruption missions will give you access to, Lith, Mezzo, Neo, Alxi. You can get Lith pretty easily, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I will mention it. Like I said before, I have a Discord available. Link is in the description on YouTube, in the About section on TikTok, or About section on Twitch, and the profile on TikTok. What about Reaper Prime? Here, let's see. Reaper Prime. No. I have some relics. Reaper Prime Blade. Reaper Prime Blade. I have 12 of those relics. So yeah, join the Discord. Oh, that's a Frost Prime blueprint. Okay, so that's a relic that I'm gonna be keeping. Unfortunately. Nope, no Reaper Prime sets. There's your answer. No Reaper Prime blades. If I can get a Frost set, if I can get a single Frost set, it would be crazy. Yeah, Reaper Prime, that shit is ancient. That shit is ancient history. So unfortunately, that's how the beans go. So I hope you guys enjoyed. That's all I got for you. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. And then yeah, Wednesday is Lavos. Friday is the relic video. So that's all I got for you. Take care.